Okay, I want to share this. We're we're going live again. Just to finish. Okay, good. Now, just let me know if you can see me. Okay, yes. All right. Okay, good. I see Angel got back on. Great, great. So let me know who else can. And you can hear me clearly now. This is good. Let me know you can hear me and everything is clear, crystal, and then we can begin, okay? Let me see if this lighting works better with this. Maybe too much. Is that too much lights? Okay, let's talk about graduate school. Not lights. Not interested in uh, anything that is not going to help my future scholars and academics right now. So let's talk about graduate school. All right. So can everyone hear me? Is this clear? I swapped to my phone, so I'm not sure what you think about the first audio and this audio, but yeah. Okay, good. All right, Angel, thank you. Okay, good. Let me see if this is better. Okay. Let me clean my glasses so that I can see this screen. Because now I have my phone, so it's farther, and I've had so many screen time in my decades of research and academics, so my eyes are not as it used to be a decade ago. So I think I can. I'll try to read your questions, but yeah, okay, all right. So now, where did we stop? I think we. Let me see. Yeah, we're actually talking about assistantships teaching. So we talked about assistantships, which is teaching research and graduate assistantship, TA, RA, and GA positions. Okay. So, so this sounds good. I don't think we'll have any interruptions anymore because I'm not using this mic. This mic seems to be the problem here. Okay, good. Let me raise this thing. Hmm. Okay. Just want to make sure that okay, you can see me. My all right, good. All right. So yeah, I talked about how you can secure assistance to your position. You want to start by consulting me. I'm your guy. I would help you demystify the process. I'll help you with navigating the process. It's not rocket science, but if you don't do it correctly, you will get into bottlenecks that might, just stop you from either getting accepted or getting accepted and not getting funded. So you want to get both. You want to get accepted into, to your program of choice, and you also want to get funded. All right, so start by consulting me. Go to my main start page. That is Graduate Excel products, and you will find a lot of resources, a lot of products that will help you um, to get on a one-on-one consultation with me. You can get into one of my mentoring programs where currently I have significant numbers of mentees, and some of them they've done really well, getting accepted and also getting funded, and some of them are already in the United States studying. So I that makes me very happy seeing them succeed. So I really want to see you succeed. So uh, don't hesitate to reach out, and I would let you know what product is best for you based on your situation, and you can go ahead and subscribe to that product, and then we can get on we can start your graduate school journey together. Okay, I'll hold your hands through the process. I promise I will do the best I can to help and guide you. Now it's your job not to really make sure that you're ready, and you can do some of the tasks that I'll ask you to do during the process. We need to find your school together. We need to find the right program. We need to first of all find the right program, right university, and so on. So, anyways, let's dive into what we were talking about. And again, you want to start by consulting me. You want to start by researching your department. You want to reach out to faculty members early. I told you about there could be a problem with that too. You want to tailor your application materials. Now, for TA, for example, for TA position, you want to emphasize any teaching, mentoring experience that you have. For RA position, you might want to highlight your research skills. For GA appointments or GA positions, you might want to focus on organizational and administrative experience you've had from your past. It could be professional. It could still be within a university that you've gone through in the past. Now, you want to be proactive. Do not wait for someone to offer you an assistantship. You want to be ready to ask about assistantships, and you want to apply early. Remember, assistantships can significantly reduce the financial burden of graduate school while providing you with essential experience for your future career. So you want to really, really be proactive about this, and you know, do the best you can to make sure you have an assistantship. Now, I think the next thing that we want to cover, I want to try to cover all this the before I get into the Q&A part. So I'm actually over an hour 30 minutes already. I think it's due to all this technology issues, but yeah, so far so good. We're here. We're still here. So I'm still here, and I'll still take some of your questions that you may have. Okay. So now let's talk about some university specific funding, and then we can talk about application strategies for funding, right? So now, yeah, this is how I want to. This is the best way to put this. These funding opportunities. Now, I'm talking about university specific funding. They offered, they're offered directly by the universities themselves. Just like um, TA, GA, and RA positions, but they can include internal grants, departmental awards, and even research assistantships, like I mentioned, that are exclusively to students within the institution or within the university, or sometimes even within the program. Now, internal grants and department awards is what we're going to start with. I want you to know how you can navigate and take full advantage of these funding opportunities. For internal grants and department awards, many universities offer internal grants for research projects. They also offer travel to conferences or specific academic pursuits. Now, these grants are often given by departments, schools, or the university's graduate office. And it's really important and key to research what grants are available to you as a student in the university. And sometimes even small award can make a big difference. Again, most of these grants are, I'll really be honest, are only available in most cases, don't quote me, to students that are already admitted and students that are currently enrolled in the program and in the university. Now, in addition, departments often offer merit-based scholarships or for outstanding academic performance or contributions to research. You want to, now your academic performance, you want to keep them high, and if they're high enough, you'll be recognized by the department, and you want to be so basically, keeping your academic performance high and actively participating in department events can increase your chances of being selected for the internal grant and departmental awards. Now, we also have research assistantships, like I mentioned earlier, which are RAs, which are often funded through faculty grants. For example, I have uh, several research grants and research grants which I would use in paying my PhD, masters, or my generally my graduate students. So professors who have ongoing research projects like myself may need students through system, which is students, which we always do. Now, of course, many of these professors, like myself, are constantly looking for graduate students to take on these roles. And being proactive and expressing your interest in research opportunities can lead to securing a funded RA position. Now, another thing is networking and reaching out to faculty. I told you there's some, you know, um, there's a way to do this correctly, and if done wrongly, that could really negatively impact your situation. I think I need to pull my thing upwards. It's okay. It's I don't know how. Hopefully, I can. I'm able to keep it firm. Okay, let's see. Hopefully, it stays there and it doesn't move. Okay. All right. So, all right. I'll see. Okay, I can see some questions. I'll take those questions in a minute. So now let's talk about the again, like I was saying, networking and reaching out to faculty. Right now, one of the most important steps in securing the university specific funding is through networking and also you know attending conferences and events within the university. You want to build relationships with professors in your field. It's really critical because they can guide you towards available funding. For example, recommend you for assistantship. You can get recommendation letters from them, and also, you can even get involved in their research projects. So it's really good to stay active, proactive, and reaching out to professors in your area. Now, don't hesitate to reach out early and even before you've been accepted into the program. You want to be expressing your interest in their work and let them know you are open to discussing funding opportunities. Now, again, there's a way to go about that. Now, we have to talk about that, and that is why you need mentorship. You need someone to guide you through this application process. Now, to sum it up, you want to research the internal grants and awards that are available at the university. You want to network with professors who can help you find assistantships and other funding opportunities. And you want to stay proactive. You want to be proactive and build connections, and you want to do that early. Some of these things you can do prior to you getting accepted. That's before you get accepted, I mean. And some of them you can do after you've gotten accepted. So accepted means you've gotten an acceptance letter to study XYZ course in XYZ department. And some of it you can only do when you're enrolled, meaning you're presently in the United States in the university as a student. So guidance mentorship is important so that you can know exactly understand these steps and understand which you need to do at what time. Now, these steps can open doors to a wide range of university specific funding that could help you navigate your academic journey. Now, let's talk about the, some of the, and I believe I probably had mentioned this is the application strategies for funding, right? Okay, now I'll take your questions soon, and but let's quickly talk about the application strategies for funding. Now, whether you're applying for scholarships, fellowships, and assistantships, the goal here is to build a strong tailored application, right? You want to build a strong, tailored, specific application that stands out to the decision makers who are the admissions committee. So you want to build a strong application, which is the first thing. So first and foremost, your application needs to be clear. Your application needs to be focused and well organized. Now, the people reviewing your application need to quickly understand your achievement. They need to understand your goal, your intentions, and why you're a perfect fit for funding. Remember, this is a competition. You're not the only one who is being evaluated, so you need to have a standard application. That is why you need to consult me to do that, right? So there are three components I believe for a strong, compelling application, right? Right. One, you have to have a compelling personal statement. Now, that statement should outline your academic goals and your career aspiration. And you want to have strong letters of recommendation. That is really important. You want to have them from mentors like myself. You want to have them from professors or from supervisors who can speak to your ability. That is very important. We look at this, and that is one thing that I cannot overemphasize, right? So you also have to want to have clear evidence of your academic achievements and relevant work or research experience. Now, the second thing that we'll need to talk about is leveraging your academic achievements and work experience. Your academic achievements, such as your grades, your research work, or projects, should be highlighted to show your academic potential. And if you have received a course like academic honor, for example, you've conducted research, for example, you want to make sure you emphasize this accomplishment because they're really important. Also, don't underestimate the value of work experience. I always tell my mentees this: work experience, don't underestimate it, especially if it's related to your field of study. Assistantships, for example, often look for students who not only excel academically but also have the practical skills needed and can contribute to the department's work. Now, customizing your application for specific opportunities is another strategy for funding. One of the most important, in fact, strategies I think is customizing each application for the specific scholarships, specific fellowship, or specific assistantship. That is why you need guidance, right? This is not a one size fits all approach, so you cannot be generic. You cannot just go like I would make, and I tell my mentees this a lot. All your SOPs, that's your statements of purpose, personal statements, and resumes, we can use resume for university A and SOP for university A, for university B, and so on and so forth. Everything needs to be specific. The same thing with the letters of recommendation. They need to be specific to the program, the university. The recommenders need to be able to write that, this is going to be a specific school. I do not prescribe to whom it may concern type of resume. Do not do that. It sounds very generic. A lot of admission committees do not see that as you already having a good relationship with the person who is writing your resume. Someone who is writing your resume and who is really recommending you should have time to recommend you specifically for that program and that university. So you need to be careful how you go about it. Consult me and I will help you. I'll tell you what to do. All right. So again, you want to take time to understand the mission and the criteria of the funding opportunities for scholarship or fellowship. You want to emphasize why goals that you kind of why your goals align with the objective of the funding organization or opportunity. For assistantship, for example, you want to highlight why how your skill set or an interest, for example, match the specific needs of the department or the research project. Okay. Now, you want to have a well-tailored application which shows that you're serious about the opportunities and that you've done all your due diligence, which is your homework, on what they are looking for. If you can prove that you've done your homework, you've done due diligence, then you're gonna stand a great chance of acing these applications, right? So some of the pro tips I have here for you is that you have to be coincide specific in your personal statement. You want to talk about what you plan to do with the funding and how it will help you achieve your academic career goals. You want to ask for feedback from mentors like myself and some of all your university advisors or colleagues or boss or whatever, you know. So before submitting your application, you want to have someone review that packet. That is always important. Okay, you know, it could set a fresh set of eyes which can catch any mistakes or any areas that needs improvement. Okay, now you want to also follow the application instructions when you want to take you know, you want to make sure that you know, you dot the i's, cross the t's. Missing documents or incomplete applications are, you know, could of course just be an easy reason for disqualification. So you want to make sure you're thorough. Okay. So to sum it up, you want to build a strong, well-rounded application. You want to highlight your achievements and work experience, and you also want to tailor your application to the specific opportunities you are applying for. Now, by just following these strategies, you'll be able to submit a compelling application that will boost your chances of securing the funds that you need for your graduate school journey. Now, that is application strategies. Now, let's talk about the last thing here, which is you know, since you're an international student, I put this as a kind of last thing I want to talk about, and it I kind of think it's important that we talk about this because this is special consideration for international students that has to do with unique funding challenges and solutions that would help you, and also things like visa requirement, work limitation, and legal aspects for international students seeking funding, and also managing expectation and timelines for your applications. As international students, you can tell even getting transcripts could be somewhat challenging because it takes time. So now let's discuss some of the special considerations for international students when it comes to funding your graduates' education. Now, being an international student, as you know, can present unique challenges, but there are solutions and ways to navigate them successfully. One is actually unique funding challenges and solutions for international students. And as an international student, you may face limited funding options compared to domestic or local students, as I call them. Some scholarships and assistantships may be open to think maybe only US citizens or permanent residents. But don't worry about that. There are still many opportunities that is available for you. So the question is what can you do, right? First is reach out to me, all right, because I already have this list. I already know what exactly, you know, because again, and that's the reason I always say reach out to me, because these things are case to case, case by case basis. Excuse me. It's there's no specific blueprint for getting this done. So I have to look at your specific situation, your specific case, and it has to be based on things like what is the program you're applying to, what is this universities, and opportunities that are available for such applications. So again, It's there's no blueprint to go about that. Reach out to me first, and then we can navigate this process together. Okay. Now, you want to research international students scholarships specifically designed for students that are abroad. If I were you, if you were in West Africa, you should look at international scholarships that are designed for students from West Africa. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, many universities offer merit-based scholarships and fellowships for talented international students. So you might want to consider looking at those that option as well. So you want to consider applying for research assistantships or teaching assistantships, as many of these roles are open to international students, and they often come with tuition waivers and stipends. So, but that's something I told you earlier. There could be a potential problem if you do not know how to approach, you know, it's if you don't know how to approach this. So again, consult me and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do so that you can land a TA or GA or an RA position at a university. Now, you want to look for external scholarships that is offered by organization or government programs, like someone mentioned, some programs in Nigeria, or international foundations that support students from your home country, right? Then another thing that is really important, which can really help you navigate, uh, with as an international student, is knowing the visa requirements, work limitation, and legal aspects. Now, as an international student, your visa status plays a crucial role in determining what you can and cannot do, and especially when it comes to working and earning money in the United States. For example, and I mentioned the F1 and the J1 type visas, right? For example, with an F1 visa, you're typically allowed to work up to 20 hours per week during the university school year. And of course, this should be an on campus paid position. And this could include assistantships like TA, RA, and GA positions. Why? Now, some assistantships like research assistants and teaching assistant qualify as on-campus employments, and they're a great way to get financial support. And once you're given a TA RA position, in fact you take that employment later to the Department of State, and uh, you should be able to get your social security number. I think it's the Department of State, but there's there's a place you have to go to get your SSN a number. So that would now give you the ability to work legally in the United States. Now, you want to keep in mind that off-campus work requires special authorization. So, like there's something called curriculum practical training, is the CPT. It's called OPT more these days, which is the optional practical training. But well, those I sometimes are used interchangeably, but sometimes they're separate. So you want to be sure to follow the legal guidelines carefully to avoid any visa issues. You don't want to get into immigration problems in the United States. Okay. You want now the third thing is that I mentioned again. I mentioned three things so far, or two things so far: unique funding challenges and solutions for international students. Visa, the second thing I mentioned is visa requirements and work limitations and legal aspects. And the third thing I want to mention is managing expectations and timelines. So now, applying as an international student means that you will need to plan ahead. There are often, of course, longer processing times for visa. So and of course, competing for scholarship. I always like to use competition for this word, because for these things, because you're not the only one applying for it. So it's a competition. So you have to submit your application way ahead of time and get all the required document way ahead of time. So it's even more difficult when you need to manage this expectation and timeline as an international student. Now, my key advice to you is to start your application process early. First of all, the first thing first is what? Consult me and start your application early to avoid last minute issues and last minute stress. And you don't want to be in that box where you're all over the place and your application materials don't look coordinated and well arranged or organized. Okay, you want to make sure you understand the requirements and deadlines for both the university funding and external scholarships that you're applying to. And the third advice I have for you is to set realistic expectation, and you want to be patient, you know you want to be patient. Now, sometimes it may take longer to hear back from your application, so don't be discouraged. Just be patient. Just pray and be hopeful, but just make sure you've done the due diligence by consulting me, making sure all application materials are well organized and well structured and articulated and coincides, and you've submitted compelling application materials to win, quote unquote, that competition. Meaning, you're winning your funding, you're getting accepted to university. Now, I'm rounding up here, so one thing that I need you to remember is while international students face certain challenges. Yeah, that brings me to the end of this session uh, for this YouTube Live, which is navigating funding options, scholarships, and fellowships. And I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to take the questions. So I can't see I'm using my phone now, so it's not far away from me. Uh, Now, let me see some of these questions. All right. All right, so you can ask questions. I'm trying to get my questions closer to me uh, so that I can see. Okay, I'll have my assistant put the main stack link. Please go ahead and put the main stack link on the uh, on the Zoom. So I think I shared it earlier. So it's going to I can't, yeah, I can't because I'm using my phone, so I there's no way I can do that. I'm hands off. I was using my computer and my webcam, and then I had mic issues, so I had to use this mic right here. Hopefully it's working as it should work. So let me I'm waiting for questions. All right, so okay. Okay, good. So I have one question. It says, what if West evaluation is needed for PhD? Which certificate is it? Which certificate is to be evaluated in West if you are opting in for PhD? MSc certificate or both MSc and PhD? Yeah, BSc. Okay, that's a good question. So, all right. So it depends on what you submitted. So everything you submitted, well, let me also let you know first of all. there's reason to use West, there's reason not to use West. If you, it's not, uh, if so you are, if your transcript doesn't need to be evaluated, meaning that because in West Africa, for example, our GPA scale is different from that of the United States. So we are, I think we in West Africa, in, well, let me be specific to Nigeria, where I went to school. I don't want to generalize West Africa because I think I might be wrong. So in Nigeria, we use a GPA scale of 5. In the United States, we use 4. So now that might need to be evaluated to, you know, scale it to one, to scale that up. But if you don't need such evaluation, your transcript can be sent directly from your university in Nigeria or in Ghana or in Cameroon directly to that university you're applying for in the United States, or you can send it to West for evaluation. Now, if you are, you'll need to evaluate all your application, all your transcript that you submitted. If you have submitted your BSc or your undergrad certificates or transcript, you need to get that evaluated. The same with your masters. If you have submitted them to the university, you need to get that evaluated as well. So I think that answers that question. So if your transcript needs evaluation, then you should go ahead and get it evaluated. What question do we have again? Okay, good. All right. So that seems to be all the questions that I have. If you have other questions, again, like I mentioned, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on so we can keep our connection on Instagram. I have a Facebook. LinkedIn is a very good way to keep your professional connection. So go ahead and find me on LinkedIn. My name is a very unique name, so it's just by the time you type 4 letters, you should be pulling me out. So Chukwuzbelu is quite a unique name. So go ahead and follow me and let's connect. That's really important so that most of the resources that I put out there for free, you are able to get access to them. Some of these questions are repeated because they've already been answered on my YouTube page. I have a lot of curated resources in my YouTube channel that would help you navigate the graduate school application process. So go ahead and visit my YouTube channel and Instagram page. There are a lot of short reels, short videos that will help you understand what to be doing now, how to stay prepared and focus, how to really, what you really need to be looking at. For example, if you're trying to get into you're trying to apply for fall 2025, what you need to be doing. If you're planning to apply for spring 2025 as an international student, you may be too late by now because a lot of schools are already started reviewing applications for spring 2025. Spring is January. Spring semesters usually start in January, and fall semester usually start in August. So those are the two main semesters we have here in the United States, the spring semester and the fall semester. The original start official school year begins in the fall, and the second semester is the spring. And we also have summer semesters as well, and some students are enrolled during summers. We also have courses that are offered during summers if they wish to stay in school. Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to interacting with you more. Just again, ask your question down below, follow and like, and this let's keep this interaction going. I'll be happy to help you navigate this process. Just again, I put the link to the Graduates Excel main stack store that has most of the products and courses and product that would help you, subscribe. I would, I'll be very happy to mentor you through this process. So, and I will see you soon. You can tell I like to do this. I like to talk. I can stay here for, another hour or two, but I have other meetings to attend to. So, but stay blessed. And again, keep dreaming, keep believing in yourself. And I'll help you with navigating this complex admission application process for U.S. graduate school in the United States of America. Again, this is Professor Fudike, and I would try to find a way to turn this off. And this is my first YouTube live, so I'm sorry about the equipment, having the mic issues that we had earlier. So hopefully, we find a solution to that. I'm not sure why some of these things happen, but hey, technology. So, anyways, thanks for staying up to the end, and take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.